Have you ever actually met a zombie? It probably would look something like this, because I've had no sleep. I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed, and I get this clapperboard in front of my face telling me to do things and be creative, and I'm not creative. I'm very, very tired. Hey everybody, welcome back to Octopie with me, Jeff Rollins. We're going to be looking at a different game this week. Thanks for all your support with video last week and the videos before that. Appreciate the comments, and that's actually helped us decide what we're going to do this week. This is another instalment of the popular truck driving simulation series, hence the name, from SCS, and I'm a big fan of its predecessor, Euro Truck Simulator 2, despite not really knowing quite why I love it. So much so that I buy someone a copy of it during the festive Steam sale each year, just so they can experience it too. So without babbling on like I seem to do very regularly, let's take a look at American Truck Simulator, which is available on PC now. In American Truck Simulator, you can fulfill all your American trucking dreams and drive big old 18-wheelers around a small area of the US. When you start off, you choose your name and avatar and the name of your trucking company, and then realise you have zero experience and zero money, and your trailer park wife is demanding Chinzano and cigarettes, and you're a terrible husband and she wished she'd never met you at the Double Juice all those years ago when Patrick Swayze worked the door. So, you better get a job driving someone else's cargo using someone else's truck to build up some money and experience. Driving itself feels pretty realistic, and the trucks have a real weight to them. The rules are also true to life, with the cops dishing out fines for speeding and running red lights, and you can't just plough through everyone on the road without damaging your truck and getting hit with all the repair bills. You need to stop for fuel and rest when your driver is tired, or risk more fines and more damage as your driver closes his eyes mid-cruise, leaving you either in a ditch or finding yourself approaching traffic at 100 metres with a stopping distance somewhere in the region of 150. In fact, don't play by the rules in this game and you'll find yourself bankrupt pretty quickly. It all adds to the realism though, and there's something very satisfying about doing a complete 500-mile journey without attracting any fines. Well, at least I imagine it's satisfying. I've never actually managed it. Once you've got enough money, or you've plucked up the courage to take out a loan, and don't forget to make sure you're working hard enough to pay the daily repayments, yes, Octopie supports sensible lending, you can buy your own truck. This is very satisfying, and you really start to care for the hunk of metal that is your livelihood. Every job you take gives you experience based on distance and the type of load, and you get bonus points for parking the trailer yourself, with the option for extra XP from parking it in the most awkward positions demanded by your customers. You can then use the XP that you earn to increase your skills in certain areas which open up more lucrative jobs. You fancy transporting dynamite from Los Angeles to Las Vegas? Okay, then you'll need to unlock the relevant skill. Now, I mentioned parking earlier, and man, parking is hard, especially if you're not used to driving articulated vehicles. There's not any training in the game, it's just a case of trial and error. Once you get the hang of it though, you'll be twisting those trailers into the most tricky parking spots. If you get really stuck, then check out Squirrel's channel here on YouTube for some tips. As you progress, you can upgrade your home garage, you can buy more trucks and then hire drivers to drive those trucks, and build your empire into a massive haulage firm. Now, I mentioned the small map earlier, and actually it's quite disappointing, at least from launch. Far from being eastbound and down, here in fact you are just bound to the west, with only 2 states to explore at the moment, California and Nevada. It won't always be this small though, because with a dedicated modding community and continued support from the developers themselves, the available areas will expand over time. And don't let the currently small map area put you off, there is plenty to do here. And SCS has introduced a much greater level of detail in the surroundings than their previous games. The cities and towns feel a lot more lived in than those other games. Graphics, as you can see, are pretty good. Very good in fact. There's a brighter palette of colours this time around too, and that's mainly due to the subject material. After all, the sun shines a lot more often on the east coast of America than it does in the UK and Europe. It's wonderful actually when you're driving across the Golden Gate Bridge as the sun sets and you experience the brilliant lighting effects that exist in this game. But there's plenty of cities in those places that you can visit, and some landmarks that you will recognise, no doubt. Audio is decent, although I find the difference in volume between inside the truck and outside a little jarring. It's, for instance, very quiet inside the cab, but it's really loud when you poke your head out the window or switch to an exterior view. I'm sure this is actually very realistic, but it still makes me jump nonetheless. If you want to listen to music as you cruise up and down the freeways and interstates, then there are a host of internet radio stations you can access straight from the game, or you can transfer any audio files into the relevant folder to have those play via the game as you drive. In terms of negatives, there aren't many. Like I said, I do enjoy this game. There are occasionally some painful load times, and the AI can be a bit dodgy at times, doing some very random things, but all in all it's a very well presented and carefully designed simulator. As I said earlier, I don't really know why I enjoy these games so much. I mean, when you think about it, I'm essentially doing a job when I'm in my spare time, but enjoy it I do. It's actually very relaxing driving around. There's a great feeling of progression as you upgrade your truck and turn it into a 700 brake horsepower monster capable of towing the heaviest of cargoes. Add to that the empire building of your haulage company, and I can see this keeping me entertained for many hours to come. Now, where's my cap and the sunscreen for my left arm? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was certainly good fun playing and commenting on that. And I need your comments as well, so please put those down below. You can follow me on Twitter, the address is down there as well, and we can share thoughts about that game and the other games we've had in the series. And look forward to the next one, where we'll be looking at a slightly different game this time. But, you know, get involved. Don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe and like if you do like. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.